Hello everybody, this is Michael Lee, back with more land management, fire safety work. Let's get it. Alright, let me show y'all what we're up to today. We're on the middle portion of Professor Wolf's property. Here's the newest burn pile. And then up here should look familiar. There's the biggest burn pile for this middle section. There's my firewood pile of the extremely hard woods, madrone, manzanita, and toyon. It's looking familiar, right? Here's a burn pile. We do need to eventually cut this dead blue oak here, burnt dead blue oak, and that one there, and some of these small ones there, because there's a dirt road here, gravel dirt road, and it's technically a CAL FIRE access road, and they don't like dead trees right next to roads because branches tend to break off and impede their movement. And you don't want that. If there is a fire, you want CAL FIRE to be able to access all the properties and the homes safely. But as for today, we're going to continue slashing and ripping this area. Just a lot of cutting of small, hard, burnt woods, more cutting of toyon, manzanita. This was a burnt dead manzanita that we did in the last video. It looks pretty good. I might touch it up a little bit where I did the cuts to make it blend in and look more natural. But all this dead excessive fuel loads, and see all these dead leaning blue oaks. This area is really gonna be a serious undertaking. I'm not gonna do all these leaners today. We'll just focus, we'll work from the ground up, and we'll just get all this small dead stuff cleaned up. And the reason why I really pinpoint stuff like this to clean up and to put into burn piles, some of this might be good for firewood, especially the harder woods, but most of it will just go to the burn piles. The reason why I'm pinpointing all this small dead stuff is that it acts as ladder fuels. You see this? If a fire were to rip through here, it would burn really hot, and then with all these ladder fuels, the fire would be carried upward. Do you see? The fire would be carried upward into the canopies. And once a fire gets up into the canopies from the ground, it's game over. That is technically now referred to as a catastrophic fire. And that's when they get out of control. And bad things happen, like people's properties are destroyed, their homes are burnt, people are killed. So we don't want that. See this? That's just completely unacceptable. This is all dead. It's a ladder fuel. It can carry the fire right up into this canopy. Do you see that? Now I've done a lot of cutting down here already, and it's starting to open up. See this? Remember my older videos? This was just all clogged with excessive fuel loads, dead wood everywhere. Now here's the creek. I've only done a little bit of work on that side of the creek. He has way more land that goes way down there. I started to get overwhelmed, and so I talked to the property owner, and we just decided I just want to focus on this middle section. And then I'll come back during the winter and burn. And then I'll come back the year after that and do his lower portion. And then the entire property will be clean, open, sustainable, and fire safe. At least to the best of my abilities. I'll have to keep coming back year after year to do maintenance. But, you know, it's about a 3-year process, depending on how big your property is, to get it fire safe. Okay, so less talking, more doing. This definitely is not going to be glory work here. I'm going to be doing a lot of grunting, but this needs to be done. It's my job, so here we go. They may be thinking, Michael, wouldn't it be a lot more fun to just cut that giant thing down? Just get the chainsaw out and cut down this 150-foot pine. That'll make it more fire safe, right? No, it won't do anything. First of all, I'm going to make a mess falling it. It's going to hit a bunch of other trees. And second of all, that's not a fire risk. It's already been burnt. It's adapted to the fire. It's not going to burn much anymore, right? It's just a big, strong, healthy tree that's already been through fires and has fire-adapted genetics. Why would you cut this down? It makes no sense from a fire safety perspective. Cut all the dead small stuff, the ladder fuels, the excessive fuel loads, the brush, right? Weed whacking, brush cutting, slashing with the chainsaw. That's like 75% of what I do, you guys. I hardly ever fall trees. And if I do, they're already burnt, dead, sick, a hazard, something's going on with them that warrants me to cut them, okay? Otherwise, I don't touch big, strong, healthy trees. I never fall big, strong, healthy trees. Even if the property owner tells me to, I tell them no, because it's not what I do, right? That's what loggers do. That's for timber production. I do fire safety work, land management. It's a completely different thing. Okay, let's talk and more doing. Let's get it. You can kind of see like what I'm getting at here. See how it's really starting to open up and look nice? Imagine how nice and clean and open it will get after I burn. But you can see the method to my madness. This used to all look like how it looks down there. This all used to be just disaster. And now I got it all opened up and clean. See that? How everything's spaced and how it's starting to resemble a park? See? And then you can see the area that I haven't worked yet. All right. It's going to be a lot of this, everybody. Whole lot of this. We call this slashing. I may build another burn pile right here. Oh! Look at this one. Woo! Oh yeah. Oh, this is still good for firewood, hardest wood ever. This would still be good a century from now. Be very careful when you're doing work like this. It's very easy to get kickback when you're in this brush, cutting this small, hard stuff. Be very careful, kind of slow down a little bit. This is Toy On.